daughter was beautiful and laughed and played. And then I put her in preschool thinking she missed other children. My biggest mistake, because she couldn't process the information they were giving, so immediately she was beginning to be punished. You're not paying attention.
If I can't pay attention to what you're saying because I'm working so hard at trying to figure out what the words mean, that's what we call an auditory processing problem.
Listen to what's being said, and when it changes, hit it, okay?
So we brought Dorothy down here, and he tested her. And then he said to me, "Your daughter has an auditory processing disorder." And that was the best news I had ever heard, because now I had something that we, could do something. And then he had programs.
They're going to say a word and you match it with a picture, okay?
Bug. Passport.
What I'm interested in is figuring out what the processing difficulties are, because if you can figure out the processing difficulties and you can correct them, then that's going to free the person to be able to better express and better achieve.
I came today because I was one of those mothers. But I came today to say to those mothers and fathers that these children are not stupid. Dorothy, she is in high school now, making A's.
It was a classic example of auditory processing confusion. We were testing a young lady over Christmas vacation because her parents didn't want her to miss school. As we were getting acquainted, she was asked, "Do you have glasses?" "It's Christmas vacation," she explained, "so I don't have any classes right now." We all have heard similar examples, many of them humorous. We usually don't get worried when such misunderstandings happen just once in a while. But when they happen frequently, they may indicate an auditory processing deficit. Not a problem with hearing, but with how the brain processes sound and makes sense of what is heard. There are many types of auditory processing difficulties, including problems with understanding words in a noisy environment. Sometimes sounds that are similar to one another are misidentified. Sometimes the difficulty is with how quickly sounds are processed. Whatever the difficulty might be, it shows up as confusion with spoken language. There may be frequent requests to repeat conversation. There may be processing delays while the child is trying to figure out what was said. There may be difficulty remembering what was said or in paying attention to the person speaking. The bottom line is that speech is distorted or garbled in some way, preventing the child from easily processing what he hears. Auditory processing difficulties can be tested and they can be improved. Numerous programs now exist to address different types of auditory processing difficulties. Some programs are computerized, taking advantage of the computer's ability to precisely modify an auditory signal. Others use recordings, where sound and noise levels can be carefully controlled. Still others involve face-to-face interactions with a therapist. However the difficulties are addressed, these programs offer the ability to change how the brain processes sound.